So you may have wondered why Shiba Inu was starting to do a little bit of stumbling yesterday, a little bit of correction. Obviously today it has turned around and started to climb back up a little bit here, at least later half of yesterday into today. But you might still be wondering like why this is going on, why we're starting to see this happening. Well, the Fed actually came out and vocalized basically what I said on the day that the CPI report came out. It's funny because I was actually met with some people saying, oh, you're just trying to FUD it and you're trying to cover shorts and blah, blah, blah. No, I'm just a realist. Okay. I'm always going to share, the honest truth with you guys, the good, the bad, the ugly, right? We need to just be honest with ourselves and not pump too much hopium into what's going on. Now, the Fed basically came out and said that they were actually really pushing for a 50 basis point hike in this first FOMC meeting. And now they want to get the interest rates up by an additional 75 basis points. This is actually coming out from many different members of the Fed. You got to remember, they still have an aggressive stance on trying to get inflation down. Really what this last report just did, the CPI data report, it just showed that they need to tackle things even harder and even faster. That's what I think some people just look at that CPI number and they're like, oh yeah, inflation's coming down, but they don't look at the fact that CPI is a rolling 12 months. Okay. It's a 12-month period of time. We had a lot of big inflation months back in the early part of 2022, basically January, February, March, I think is a really big one. So we may see this drop down even further despite inflation still going up. Now, here's the thing. They do need to tackle this because if we continue on this trend, we'll see inflation start to run wild again. And then we'll be right in the same boat with high interest rates. Then you have the GDP struggling. Then you have economic growth being halted. I mean, there's a lot of bad things that could really go into this. So I wasn't trying to FUD or anything like that, guys. I'm just a realist when it comes to this data. This is kind of like a delayed fuse, if you will. Now, if we pull back further from here, I'm not sure. The market is still, again, trying to figure out what it wants to do. Shiba Inu price is trying to figure out what it wants to do. But, Shiba Inu at least has the benefit that it's got a catalyst. There are some coins out there that don't have catalysts. Shiba Inu is at least undergoing huge development during this time, and it could really see some more growth despite the macro conditions and macro factors being what they are for 2023 so far. So I appreciate you guys as always. Appreciate you guys bearing with me and staying with me and not calling me a fudder. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Show your love below. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Take care.